Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are back at it again with another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. Gonna be a good one today. We got a lot of stuff going on in the market. We get to look over the portfolio. We're getting towards the end of the year. We got to make some decisions as we do our cash outs at the end of the month. This month, we will be spinning some positions down, keeping some positions open. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in a second. But before we get to that, have you hit the like button. We definitely need to get ourselves out into the algorithm because as one of the few channels that's going to tell the unbiased truth, people need to see these. So definitely hit that like button. If you have been here more than 2 times and you're liking what you see around here, we got a lot of content. We got a lot of end-of-year content coming up. I'm excited about it. Hit that subscribe button so that you can get access to the content more efficiently as it drops. Obviously, if you're tagged in with me on social media, which is also down in the description, I do post updates when I drop these videos. But if you're subscribed and you have the bell notification on, you'll get a notification. I don't spam stuff all the time on this channel. It's just bag talk. You only get notifications when the videos get uploaded. That said, yeah, do that. Like and subscribe. Also share the video because if you find value, I'm sure there's somebody else who's on the same path that will find some value. So let's go ahead and jump into what we've got going. Let's bring this up full screen. So first and foremost, we're looking. For those of you who are not looking, I'm going to read it to you. So for those of you just listening, because I just listen to most of the content that I consume on YouTube, and I assume other people do the same. So we've got, at the time of recording, which is Sunday, December 15th, we've got a couple of important things to look at here. Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 53.3%. We have ETH dominance at 12.3%. We've got some pop-offs in the altcoin space. Definitely not alt season. Definitely kind of looking like a sluggish day. Gas fees are at 13.285%. A lot of action going on ETH right now with those gas fees up the way that they are. A lot of stuff going on chain. Gas fees are a little bit pricey right now. These are just the facts of the matter. Moving on. Also, shout outs to CoinGecko. Top 3 trending coins. Ondo being at number 1 this time. At number 2, Fartcoin. At number 3, Hyperliquid. Moving on to the top 5 gainers and losers. Now, we are definitely seeing some, like I said, there's some altcoins popping off. I am not seeing an alt season. We are still above 50%. Like, we're not even there yet. But some people are winning, so let's jump right into it. On the top gainers, top 5 gainers in the last 24 hours, we have a number 1 at rank 235. Mocha Coin with a gain of 355.5%. Get used to it, people. We're getting into the bull run. We are in the bull run. As soon as alt season pops off, these numbers aren't even going to be surprising. At number 2 at 741, we have Axel with a gain of 64.6%. At number 3 at rank 628, we have Gout with a gain of 60.6%. At number 4, we have at rank 329, we have Cow Protocol with a gain of 47.9%. And then following up closely, last but not least, we have at rank 885, Dog with Apple in Mouth with a gain of 47.4%. Moving over to the top losers in the last 24 hours, we have at number 1, we have at rank 754, we have the Doge Sun with a loss of 54.7%. At number 2, we have at rank 545. Cortex with a loss of 43.4%. At number 3, we have at rank 811 Maya Protocol with a loss of 32.3%. And at number 4, we have at rank 824 Continentos. I guess I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, with a loss of 20.2%. And then last but not least, at number 5, we have at rank 709, we have Pepe Coin with a loss of 20.1%. Moving on to the portfolio, let's see what we're doing here. We are up 2.6% on the day with a total profit of 20% even so far. We'll go ahead and dip this on over here so we can get to the top 10 that we've got over here. At number 1, we have Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 3, we have Injective, INJ. At number 4, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 5, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 6, we have Radium, RAY. At number 7, we have Camelot Token Grail, GRAIL. At number 8, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token. Never ceases to be a mouthful, JLP. At number 9, we have IMX, Immutable IMX. And then last but not least, wrapping it up at number 10, we have the Akash Network, AKT. Got some movement going on. Obviously, like I said, there's been some pop-offs in the space. Now, some of these infrastructural ones, Aave's been a performer. We're already up 120% or more on Aave, which is amazing. We're up 300% on Radium, obviously. Superverse is up, and I think we're about 200%, couple 100% on that. We're waiting for 300% is the marker where we pull our initial investments. We've already pulled the initial investment on Radium. Waiting for the next pull, because after that, we will start pulling every 100% dollar cost averaging out of these positions into the next positions. Aave, hoping we get a 3x on that. Obviously, we've got our Aave staked, so we're getting paid while holding, which is cool. Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token, we are about at 100%, at which point I will start not pulling out my initial investment, but actually, when I go through, I'll be able to start redistributing those additional tokens being generated, because we are pulling some money off of that position. Like, that position's producing. So we got a good thing going, but like also with that, I also want to make sure we're feeding the ecosystem, because I got some other plays within the Solana ecosystem that I can move that into. I've got some other positions within the Solana ecosystem that I could sit those coins in to generate additional income. We could do some other stuff besides just like letting this froth over. And at 100% was when I was going to start, moving those coins around and start buying into some of our other positions. With that said, I mean, that kind of sums up. This is going to be a short and sweet episode, but one of the things we did want to highlight is Bitcoin is at 105. Well, it's 104.92, 942 now. People are selling off, but one of the interesting things that I wanted to talk about is a lot of the movement in this space outside of the meme coin space is not retail. It's not. There's not enough supply. The buys are way too big. And like a lot of other channels are talking about this as well. But I wanted to go ahead and touch on it over here. Retail is literally being priced out of the biggest wealth transfer that's ever happened in any of our lifetimes. And how are they doing that? Well, people keep following the news. They keep following the news. What's one of the big things that they're now saying? BlackRock finally told retail, the peasants, you poors out there, that you should have 1 to 2% allocations into Bitcoin. They just now told you that in 2024 as we were hitting $100,000. You finally got your attaboy. You guys should get a little bit of Bitcoin too. Meanwhile, over a year, almost 2 years ago, they told their internal team, their investors, the wealthy, the accredited investors, the hedge fund managers, that anyone who has a risk on, which means a risk focused portfolio, those of you who are starting off early, those of you who are going, hey, I want to get the maximum amount of gains, like I have a high risk tolerance, I want risk, that they should have been having those portfolios set up with 85% Bitcoin and then 15% for everything else. And as I sit here and as I saw them tell the peasants, those of you who are waiting for someone to tell you that it's a good idea to buy some crypto after it's reached $100,000 and you've missed out, since I was crazy in 2013. I was crazy in 2018. I was crazy in 2020 or 2013, 2016. I was crazy in 2016. Now that BlackRock said it, I'm sure that some retail, but like, you guys aren't here. You're not getting access. You're not getting in position. I mean, and those of you who are, you're trading it like it's something that you're trying to be in and out and trade Bitcoin, which is also insane to me. Like it's just crazy that you're trading something that countries are buying and hoarding, that the United States is about to have a strategic reserve asset of, and you want to trade that. But I mean, people trade gold, so I'm not going to say that like poor people aren't going to do what poor people do, but they're going to complain on the back end. The thing that I find interesting is these buys are so large that that hedge funds and the wealthy are driving this bull run right now. Retail hasn't flooded in yet. We're not seeing a bunch of little buys. We're not seeing a bunch of little wallets showing up with Bitcoin. I'm starting to have people reach out to me. I'm starting to have people tell me that they're getting involved in some of the stocks and some of the, like, oh, I bought a couple $100 in Bitcoin. But they're not FOMOing in the way that they should be if they actually knew where this was going. And I understand, having been here since 2013, that I am in tinfoil hat land as far as me explaining to people the importance of what's going on right now. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things to where it's like, there's going to come a point to where you won't have access to this, or it's going to be so astronomically expensive that this is going to be a demarcation point of a separation of a class of people globally. It's kind of like there's a separation that's being built out right now with the gutting of the middle class in America between renters and homeowners. There's going to be a definitive, like, owning a home is a flex, to be honest, because the way that the market's going, it's becoming harder and harder for people to even get into it, which means that you're going to have to rent because we have to live somewhere. You're either going to have to rent if you want to have your own place, or you're going to be living at home. Most people are too proud to house hack, which could get you into a home ownership position, because for some odd reason, well, actually, it's not even an odd reason. They've programmed everybody to believe that they have to have their own stuff by themselves on their own, which is also another reason that most of you will never become wealthy or rich. But owning Bitcoin and being involved in that market, like, even if it's not in the crypto market respectively, I'm saying you should get a hold of some Bitcoin. I'm not saying go buy a picture of a dog with a coin with a dog face on it, and then hope you get rich next week. I'm saying to secure your future, because we're seeing all these boomers that did the 401k thing, that did what they were told to, that did this stuff that they told us was important, and they've gotten nickeled and dimed with fees, and now in their retirement, they can't retire. They're having to go be door greeters at Walmart. Well, we're quickly creating a peasant class of renters that are just going to be door greeters at Walmart. And with AI coming, it's like, are you going to be able to be a door greeter at Walmart? Because the Tesla bot might have a better disposition than you. So like you might not even be able to do that job. So like as we're going through these tumultuous times, it's like almost a direct edict that you have to amass as much wealth as possible, because we don't know. There's so many unknowns. There's so many moving parts that are moving super fast. There's always something new in the news every day that we're supposed to be freaked out about. Apparently right now it's UFOs. Healthcare denials, like upset, war, this, that. And in the meanwhile, these people are buying your opportunity to be wealthy out from underneath you. And that's just not one of those things that I think should be taken laying down. Like I've said that Bitcoin was a revolutionary act. It is a vote of no confidence. It is no longer a vote of no confidence. Now it's a vote of like, I'm going to be in the future system, period, because a lot of people are going to be blocked out. Because those of us who have a whole Bitcoin or more, the hedge funds have thousands of Bitcoin, billions of dollars in Bitcoin. Private companies have hundreds to thousands to hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. And they're not going to sell. Or when it comes time to sell, they're going to chisel it off, and you're going to be buying it at such a premium from any of us that like you're going to be in a different class at that point. People are going to be like, oh, I've got 100 Satoshis. And that's going to be something. That's going to be a flex. And it's like, okay, well, I've got, what is it? It's not 100,000. It's like 1 million Satoshis of Bitcoin. Like, great. Like, what? Retail is watching this be passed by. And I think next year, I'm going to say Q1 next year, people are going to start getting the picture. A lot of you are going in via the ETFs, which is fine. For those of you who are going to just live out your days in America and are fine with not actually owning the underlying asset yourself and having a middleman between you and the asset, totally fine. But you should own some Bitcoin. And this is a short and sweet one. I don't really have much more to say beyond that, is that you should own some Bitcoin. Please heed the message. You should own some Bitcoin. And we're going to call it. That's all I got for today. Like this is a short and sweet one. We didn't make a whole bunch of moves. We got some movement in the charts. Positions that we're looking to spin down. We have a liquidity position with Synapse, which is not in the top 10 currently. We'll be spinning that down, probably repositioning some of the funds, but we're also going to buy some more staked Ether because we're trying to go to Ether. But this is for the bull run. So the positions that I'm looking at getting in, I'm really going to be spinning down and trimming the fat on the stuff that we're not going into the bull run with. The top 10 should kind of remain what it is. And then we're just going to see what it rides out at this point. We're going to have a few more positions that'll be added as we're trimming down towards the beginning of the year. We'll be going in like gangbusters to get a few more positions added potentially. Obviously, we have a good grip of income that's coming in from within the space itself, and we'll be reallocating those end of month as we do our payouts into positions for 2025, filling out those final positions. But that's all I got for you. So until next week, this was a short and sweet one. I'm sure we're going to have some longer ones here as we move forward. But for this go round, this is what we got. So have a good one. Hope you guys are well. Definitely hit that like. Definitely hit that share. Definitely, if you've been here more than 2 times, hit the subscribe button. Till next week, people. Peace.
Money on my mind. Yeah. Focus, got no time for games. Nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name. But I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.